Welcome back to the channel. My name is Abon. Welcome back to Local to Global with FERENCVÁROS on FM22, and it's the Europa League knockout stages today on a Tuesday. Yeah, something very strange has happened with the fixtures for us. I don't know why, but we're playing both legs in the space of 3 days. But yeah, Rangers, Europa League knockouts, we finished third in our Champions League group. That's why we're here. But fingers crossed we can get through this and into the second round of 16. If you enjoyed the series, of course, drop a like, leave comments, subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on. And let's jump into it. Big games today. Can we get through to the next round of the knockouts? So we did the draws last time round for the Europa League. We got drawn against Rangers, a tie that I think if we play well we can win. But if we don't show up over both legs, then we're going to go out. And we also defeated MTK 2-0 in last video as well. Before we look at what happened off camera, a bit more transfer news. I forgot to tell you last time that Leandro Fernandes has gone on loan. He's gone to Belenenses in Portugal. He wasn't happy at his lack of football, so he has left the club. He only started 3 games for us this season. Got 3 assists, but wasn't really featuring too much. So he has gone to Portugal, to the Primeira Liga. And we have brought in a couple of players. I did say we were trying to get rid of some midfielders. I probably got rid of too many, 3 in total. So we have brought one in. This is Mohamed Diamande, who we've brought from PSV Eindhoven. He's a centre mid. He'll be probably our left-sided Metzala. He's a really good carrier of the ball. His passing's good. He's really good technically. Just a really solid centre midfielder from the Ivory Coast. As a £2.7 million fee from PSV, who only recently bought him, didn't use him, and he was back on the transfer list. So he's moved around quite a bit. He started off at the Right to Dream Academy in Ghana. They have an affiliation with Nordsjælland. We played there for a number of years. Moved to Copenhagen, then moved to PSV for a cup of tea, and now he's here in Hungary. So he's moved around a bit, started off in Africa, and now plays for us. And I did say that we wanted a central defender, and I did struggle to find one that we could afford. I've ended up getting one in on loan, but he's not great. This is Jovan Petkovic. He's on loan from Köln in Germany. He doesn't look too bad. His star rating doesn't look very good, but he's 6'4". He's got 16 jumping reach and heading. And marking and tackling at 12 isn't the worst in the world, so he will probably be just a backup centre-back, but he doesn't look too bad. And we did play some games off camera. First up was a home game against Mezu, and we were 1-0 up after 38 minutes. Tollinson with a header from the set piece. And then with about 10 minutes to go, we doubled our lead. A really poor goal kick by the Mezu goalkeeper, and Andrade slotted it home for 2-0 with 10 minutes to go. Pretty comfortable win, 2-0. Then we hosted Durog in the cup, and Tollinson scored another goal from a set piece. 25 minutes in, 1-0. Vankster scored from the spot in the 52nd minute to double our lead, and then we made it 3-0 after about an hour. Vankster setting up Riccardi for a smart finish. It was 3-0. In the 76th minute, we then scored a 4th. Martin Boruc getting the ball and finishing it for number 4. And then once again, we conceded a goal we didn't really need to concede. Redzic getting a goal back for the second division side in the cup, but we won 4-1. Thinking about it though, it's actually not the end of the world that we don't get these clean sheets, because they're actually paying our players less. If you remember, Felix Correa had a pretty lucrative contract. He's been a phenomenal player, but every clean sheet we get, he gets almost 5 grand. So really, not getting clean sheets in these games isn't really a bad thing. Like, we're still winning these games comfortably. We're just conceding needless goals. It's actually saving us money when you think about it. Then we were away against Debrecen in the league, and Tollinson scored for a 3rd game in a row, 1-0 after 20 minutes. It was 2-0 after 31 minutes. Johnny Clayton with a great ball, with Andrade getting the header at the far post to double the lead. 5 minutes later, it was 3-0. Andrade getting away from the defender and setting up Bradley Fink. Number 4 came 3 minutes from half-time. Fink this time winning their header from the corner. Debrecen got a goal back after 55 minutes. Maricic with this one, he was onside, and the marking was really bad. But then Bradley Fink scored a 5th from the spot, and we won 5-1 away from home. And then lastly, we hosted Győr. We felt really dominated this one. Lonchar made it 1-0 after 17 minutes with a goal from out wide, because we have a bit of a situation in the wide areas with Zubkov and Boruc both hurt. Andre Roman set up Andrade for the 2-0. That was in 25.5 minutes. Roman scored from the spot to make it 3-0 in the 43rd minute. And then Andrade and Borkovic with the exchange here to score a 4th just before half-time. Number 5 came from Riccardi after less than 50 minutes. And then in the 54th minute, Andrade scored his hat-trick to score number 6 of the game. And then Roman set up Bradley Fink, who made it 7-0 after 63 minutes. Our biggest win of the season so far. And we've been needing a big win like this. 7-0 is the biggest so far. Because we've got no Ujpest this season as they got relegated. So we've got nobody to score 21 goals past this season. But we're still continuing to win, even though FERENCVÁROS are still biting on our heels. They're 9 points, or 11 points behind us now, actually. They did actually end up drawing a game at home against Mezu. So they have actually lost a bit of ground on us. We're 11 points clear, and there's 11 games to go in the league. We're well on top and looking like we're going to retain the league title. And in the cup, we're through to the quarterfinals, and we're hosting Vasas in that. But there you can see there's a bit of a situation with the Europa League. We're facing Rangers twice in 3 days, both legs taking part on the Tuesday and the Thursday. I don't know if it's because we have the cup quarter-final the following week, and the second leg probably would have been then, but surely you can move the cup quarter-final. I don't know why you can't move that to midweek here, or maybe like the 6th or the 7th of March. I don't really know why they couldn't have done that. It's really, really strange. You see, I think everyone else has got their first legs on Thursday and their second legs the week after, but for some reason, our cup game is meaning that we're having to play them both within 3 days of each other. There's literally one full day between both legs. Look, first leg Tuesday, second leg Thursday. I don't really know why. That's going to make it really hard to balance fitness. We're going to have to use our entire squad for this. Unfortunately, Diamande and Petkovic weren't signed in time that we could register them for the Europa League, so they're not able to play. And we have, as you can see, a lot of players needing fitness tests and coming back from knocks. Zubkov is coming back from, I think, an Achilles, or is he? No, he's a hernia. Mogirusi was the Achilles. They've passed fitness tests. Vanxel's also picked up a knock, and Katona's back in the squad. He's back from loan, so he could also play as well. So it's going to be difficult here to really balance fitness, but we'll give it our best shot. I don't really know if the away leg first suits us or not, because we're having to go to Scotland, come back for the home leg. Even though, we've just played at home as well. So we're flying out to Scotland, we're flying back. Rangers at least will get to stay in Scotland and then have to fly out to us. We might as well share the same plane together. So I think that probably suits Rangers, but I'm not quite sure. We'll see how things go. I'm going to start on balanced just so we can assess the situation and see how things do. I'm going to drop that line of engagement. We played that quite high when we won 7-0. We're going to force them inside and hope they don't cross too much. I think this is probably the best team we can go with, so I think that's what we'll play. I think this is what we'll go with. Fink up top, Boros, Correa, Riccardi, Lonchar, Roman, Shavic, Tollinson, Adu, Kinkses. Bench of Ballard, Janulis, Zubkov, Djurdjevic, Kudrovic, Clayton and Vanxa. We've got another outfield player we can put on the bench. I don't think Mogirusi is quite fit. I want to try and keep him for the second leg if we can. We'll put Borkovic on the bench just for some right back cover, I think. If we can avoid defeat here in Scotland, then I think we'll be okay, and I'm confident we can win at home. But we need to be on our A game here. We can't afford any slip-ups. We can't really afford to lose this game. I don't really want to be chasing a result at home. So we're at Ibrox, and it is Rangers with the ball here. And I don't know what the possession's like early on, but Torres holding on to the ball here for the team in blue. Torres forwards to Kravitz, and they're just holding on to the ball very patiently at the moment. Just looking to hold on to it. Here's Ronaldo Vieira, and here's Friday. And he's found De Croce, and De Croce has completely skied it. Rangers a lot of possession in the opening minutes. Ryan Gould with the free kick, and De Croce with a header, and it's in. It's Rangers 1, FERENCVÁROS 0, and De Croce gets that first goal. It's still early days, but not the start we want, really. We haven't really looked great, and I think it's been all Rangers. I think they had almost, if not 70% possession. So we might struggle to get to the ball today. They are leading the Scottish League at the moment, so they're obviously a good side. They've got another set piece here with Gould, and that one is headed over by Friday. Okay, the first quarter of the game has been all Rangers. We've had a couple of shots, but we're really not winning the possession game at the moment. We could go counter-attacking. I'm going to run at defence as well and try and improve that pass completion. I'm going to go cautious. I'm going to try and counter-attack and see if we can get ourselves a goal and try and avoid defeat here in Scotland. Riccardi is receiving treatment. That's not good. Injuries are the last thing we want, especially with these games so close together. We are down to 10 men briefly, and the Crotta's got behind the defence here, but a good block, and Shavic goes for the tackle, but we haven't won the ball back, and Pettersson gets the goal. It's 2-0 Rangers, and we haven't really got out of the starting blocks here. 30 minutes in, Rangers well on top, and now 2 goals to the good, and Riccardi not in a good place. We were down to 10 men briefly. Way too slow there defensively. Just completely switched off was Tollinson there. De Croce got there first. Pulls it back for Patterson. 2-0. Not what we want to see. I'm going to try a fire up. And I think Riccardi, let's try and get into half time. And I think we will have to make a change. It will probably be Clayton coming on and Lonchar moving into that Mezzala role. But we've really not been at our best in this first half. We've offered very little. We've not really created any chances. We've not really seen ourselves on the ball. It's been a pretty poor 45 minutes from us. And Rangers obviously a good side. I wasn't sure like how they were. I thought if we could play it well, maybe we can win this, but we're not playing well. So we need to be doing better than this if we want to get through this match. We just can't seem to get the ball off them. And here's Vargas, and they might get a third before half time, and that would really put us in the mud. Here's Gould to Kravets. Vargas back to Kravets, and they're using the width of the pitch, and Roman goes for the tackle there, but there was nothing after it. That was a bad ball. We need to clear this now. And it's gone forward, maybe looking for Fink, but it was a pretty aimless long ball forward. And Rangers just keep coming. It's 3-0. And we've really let ourselves down in these first 45 minutes. I think we're better than this. But it's been a really poor first half. Rangers have absolutely dominated us. Run us off the Ibrox pitch. And it's 3-0 halfway through the first leg. And we're just 48 hours away from the second leg as well. Like, we're not in a good place here. And it might even be 4 here with De Croce. I mean, it's a poor finish. That could have been 4-0. But we're just not getting to any balls at the moment. Let's take a look at cautious. Maybe we're giving them a bit too much. And inviting too much pressure. Adama with their header. They're looking for a goal. But that's over. Let's get to half time, guys. Come on. We need to get back in there. That wasn't really how I expected things to go. We've really offered nothing in this game. We've had a half chance apparently, but I didn't even see it. I'm going to thrash arms and say you've been terrible because that was a really bad first half. Riccardi is going to come off and Clayton is going to come on. Shajevic is really disappointed out wide. We just haven't really been able to get forward. Let's just try and go a bit simpler. Let's try and work it in. We've still got the direct style. We're countering, we're counter pressing. We just need to do better than we are because we just really haven't played well so far. So, second half, I'm going to go for a fire-up shout and let's see if we can do better here. That's a good reaction. I like that. But we've got 45 minutes here to try and give us something to fight for when we get back to Hungary because 3-0 is not something we're going to be able to overturn. We need to get some goals here in this first leg. And if we concede any more, then we're going to make our chances even worse. De Croce, wow, hits the post. And we've scrambled it away. Fink heads it on, but there's no one ahead of him. I don't know how we're going to get back into this game. Like, we're having very little possession. We've done nothing with the ball. I don't really know what we can do. Try and continue. Like, Adama's getting away from the man there. And they're just taking the mickey now. Adama's just tried to chip the goalkeeper. Like, I don't really know what there is we can do. We're just not winning the ball. I mean, let's try and get some goals back. Let's go attacking. And let's try and get something back in this game in the last 10 minutes. But it's not looking good, is it? It really isn't looking good. 5 minutes to go. I mean, I'll make a defensive change. Shajevic off. Janulis on. 3-0. With maybe still another goal to come. It's 88 minutes. It's Sorensen to Fred. Here's De Croce. He might be offside, but I think that's 4-0. Either I've heavily underestimated Rangers or we're having an absolute stinker today. And I'm hoping it's the former. Because we really should be doing better than this. Okay, it's been disallowed. Still 3-0, but that is not the scoreline we want from this. That is not the scoreline we want at all. There were about 4 players offside there. Yeah, we just didn't offer anything in this first leg. We just couldn't win the ball and couldn't hold on to it. 3-0 after the first leg. With the second leg in just 2 days' time. We've given ourselves a hell of a job to do. In the second leg, we're going to overturn a 3-0 deficit. And that's in just 48 hours time as well. I'm not confident about that. So we are going to have to rotate for the second leg. I mean, that is kind of a good thing because there was a lot of poor performers in that first leg. So we can probably try and get those players out of there. But we've got a hell of a job here. 3-0 deficit to overturn. It's not impossible. I think it can be done. But we're going to need to be extra, extra good. We worked hard to get to this stage. Third in our Champions League group, doing really, really well. Got 7 points from that group. And then that happens. It just doesn't really feel very fair. But here goes, second leg. I'm going to go a bit more positive here. We're going to try and push up and try and really give the game to them. So we're keeping all this the same. We've got the counter press on. We're going for the long kicks. But I'm going to up that defensive line. I'm going to get stuck in as well. I'm going to take off the force inside. So we are going to have to really rotate this side. So Borkovic at a right back. Janulis at left back. Ballard and Katona in the side. Mogurusi should be fit to play. Probably not the whole match, but should be okay. Vanks are up top. Djordjevic out wide. Zubkov, if he's fit. Where's Zubkov? There's Zubkov. As again, he's probably not going to last the whole match, but we need the strongest side that we can from this, don't we? Okay, I think fitness-wise, that's what we're going to have to go with. I think we're going to have to just make do with that and see what we can do. We've got a big job ahead of us here, but we need to do better. Okay, kick off. I'm going to go for an immediate fire up as we start the second leg. Let's see what happens. We need to overturn a 3-0 deficit here. It's a hell of a job we've got ahead of us, but we'll see if we can do it. We've been so good in the league. Like, we are far and away the best side in the league, but let's see if we can get that form into Europe here and try and get something in this second leg. I mean, so far we've had 4 shots to their 1, which is a good sign, but really we need to start scoring goals now. Like, we could go attacking now. I was going to say we head it forward and we've given it straight back to them. And here's Vargas, and here's Adama Traore, and he smashes the crossbar. Big chance for Rangers there to get a 4th on aggregate, and they haven't taken it. I'm going to go attacking. We need to start scoring goals, and we need to start scoring them now. We're going to work the ball into the box like our assistant's saying. I mean, already we've seen more than we did in the first leg, but yeah, like, again, Rangers are having the possession, and we need to start creating chances with what we have, because it's been a first half with not a lot happening there. That's not really what we want. I mean, they had a chance here to woodwork with Traore, and we need to do better than this. I'm going to go for a pump fists, show them what you're all about, and just keep doing the pump fists. Like, that wasn't a terrible first half, but we need to start scoring goals. We need to we need to start scoring them now. Use as much width as we can. Be expressive. I'm clutching at straws here because I'm desperate to see if we can do something in the second leg, and so far, it's just not been looking good. Lonchar's going to come off. And, oh my god, did I really not put a centre mid on the bench? Why would I not do that? Who have I not put on the bench? Roman? Roman. We're going to put Fink alongside Vanxa, play 4-2-4. But we had the ball in their half, at least for a bit. But again, we've just given the ball away. But that was a bad ball forward. And Fink with a header, but it's just wide. And that's the best chance we've had in the tie so far. I'm going very attacking. We need goals, and we need them now. There's a corner for Rangers with Ryan Gould, and the header's in by Tahir Adis, and that's their 4th on the night, and that's their 1st on the night rather. That's 4 on aggregate, and that will do for them. That will do. Unfortunately, we just really have been second best in this tie. Like, we really haven't gotten going at all. 13 shots, 7 on target for us today. That's good, but those chances just weren't good enough, and we haven't been good at all, but I think Rangers are a lot better than I've given them credit for. I think we've come up against a difficult side here. But I think if we'd have played really well, we definitely could have knocked these guys out, but we just haven't really been able to match up to them. And De Croce is going to go for a 5th there, but it's well saved. Clayton for Kinkses, yeah, why not? I'll do whatever you say. Corner here, 81 minutes in, on a big chance there, but it's well cleared off the line by the defender. That's another chance that we maybe could have taken. 1.75 XG. Like, we really should have scored in this second leg, and we haven't done so. Kinksev with a throw to Djordjevic. Here's Mogurusi. Fink with it, and again, it's blocked. We just can't score. Boros with a corner kick. No one's there. Boros with a chance to put it in again here. Fink's going to... he can't even score that. It's just not falling right for us. It's just one of those days. Into stoppage time. I mean, we've done well in this second leg, but we haven't managed to score. So it just hasn't been enough. And we just weren't good enough in the first leg. In the slightest. So, unfortunate. And we gave it a try. But ultimately, easily second best in the tie. I mean, we've had the better chances here in this second leg. But we just haven't managed to finish them off. There's Djordjevic. And we might get a late one here. There we go. It took him to the 93rd minute, but it's our first goal of the tie, and it's Muguruza that gets it. Too little, too late, though. We were much better in this second leg, and we were at home, but yeah, just not good enough over the 2 legs, really. Muguruza gets the rebound in. We get a goal back. Late corner here for Rangers. We're in the 4th minute of stoppage time. Ryan Gould will take his time over this, I'm sure, and that's going to be headed over by Mavropanos, and that will probably be the last highlight of the game, and it is 1-1 on the night. I thought we played really well in that second leg. We defended well, kept a clean sheet. Lots of chances going forward there. 2.49 XG, but only the 1 goal, and that's not enough. We just weren't good enough in the first leg. I mean, the assistant's saying it's disappointed we didn't win, considering we were on top and had a lot of chances. In the second leg we were, but the first leg we just weren't. I'm going to say unlucky. It would have been nice to win, but it wasn't to be. That's a good team talk. So Rangers knock us out of the Europa League a round earlier than last season when we got knocked out by Chelsea, and they were through against Villarreal. No major surprises in here, I don't think. Rapid beating Mönchengladbach might be a bit of a surprise, though. So you got that in there. It's annoying because we worked hard to get to this point. Again, we did really well in our group to get points from both legs against Real Sociedad, to avoid defeat against PSG. That's impressive stuff. And unfortunately, we've ended up just really performing quite badly, especially in that first leg. Just not good enough, really. So we're going to stay here till the end of the season, as promised. Our contract is up at the end of the year, so we will be resigning in May. And hopefully we can wrap up the league and the cup and get a couple more trophies before we leave, and leave these guys again in a good place. I think getting to the Champions League group has given them a ton of money. They've got £24.5 million in the bank. They're in a really good place. They've got a good squad. They should be winning this league pretty easily without us. I know a lot of teams that we've left here, they haven't really done well after we've left, but I'm confident that FERENCVÁROS can continue to win trophies after we've gone. Next episode, I think we will go for the Kisvada game at home. It'll be the classic 5 games off camera, so we'll do that. The one after that, we'll finish up with maybe Vasas or a cup final, something like that. Of course, we'll have those cup games in there. But next episode, Kisvada at home, and we'll try and continue to win in the league and try and beat our points tally from last season. We've only dropped points in 2 games so far in the league. We drew 1 game, we lost 1 game. We're doing well points-wise. We're going to try and beat our total from last season, which was 84 points. 3 draws and 3 defeats last time, so we're going to try and beat 84 points this season. Currently, we're on 61, so we're 23 away. We should be able to do that, I think. We'll try and get as many points as we can and try and beat that score. That's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, leave comments, and subscribe. If you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on. Shame to lose in the way that we did. We didn't really turn up in that first leg against Rangers. They won 3-0. Second leg was much better, but we still didn't win. So, yeah, I think we've underestimated them a bit, but we really could have done a lot better than we did. It's a shame, but we'll go again. That's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.